Good morning and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to part 3 of our series on internet searches. Now, today we only have one slide to cover, but there's some pretty good information in this slide, so I'm hoping that you kind of follow along, right? So what you can see here is we're going to focus on narrowing your search within using the advanced search tools, all right? We're going to look at using the time and date published or date range, image sizes, so on and so forth, all right? So we're going to look at articles, material, pages, and images. We're going to look at how you can find a specific time is currently in a specific location. We're going to look at even something as simple as the weather in a location, and then we're going to explore Google Scholar. All right, so let's get this party started. Let me go ahead and get up my Google search here. And there we go. All right, so I have a blank screen here. And let's just make this all on its own so we're not seeing what goes on in the background. There we go. All right, so let's see here. Let's say I wanted to know, let's do Miami Hurricane football. All right, because I am a big Miami Hurricane football fan. I went to school there. So not Hurricanes, Hurricane football. All right, there we go. And we got a lot of information here. We could see what the current score totals are, right? This is as of this date, right? We are on September 30th of 2020, okay? And you can see here that our upcoming game is against Clemson. You can see some basic history according to Wikipedia. You can see, let's see here, University of Miami Athletics. 3 hours ago, this was published, 18 hours ago, that was published to the internet. We can also see about ESPN, Kane's warning 17 hours ago, 1 day ago, 9 minutes ago, so on and so forth. And then as we continue to look down, let's just say we go to page 3, we can see things that were published 2 hours ago. Hey, they got tickets on sale, so on and so forth, right? So a lot of good information here. Now, if I wanted to look at all of the information in regards to football, this will be more specific, Miami Hurricane football, okay? I could see that, again, just by using that search. Now, what if I wanted to find out, only the news, right, of Miami Hurricane football, right, but I wanted to find out the news within a specific time. Now, notice up here you got some things under the search bar. This is where we just did the search, okay? You have all news, images, videos, and, of course, more, which gives you, like, maps, booking, flights, so on and so forth, right? So let's go ahead and look at all the news in regards to Miami Hurricane football, right? You can see right away about the State of the U, which is a site that I use to get my information, right, on what's going on with the team. You got Tomahawk Nation. Apparently, the players from FSU were not happy about their recent scores, right? And, of course, you have Kane's warning and such, right? Now, let's say I wanted to have this specifically narrowed. Let's say I was looking for all of the information used in the last, say, 24 hours. I wanted to find out all the news articles in just the last 24 hours, not including from Sunday, all right, from just 24 hours ago. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to all news. It's currently sorted by recent, but I want to choose 24 hours. I could also choose the last hour, last week, last month, year, or I could even custom define it. So let's look up 24 hours. And suddenly I see that the article here, right, 10 things we learned about Miami going to the bye week, right, 3 hours ago. Miami Hurricane football ranked in Kirk Herbstreit's top 4. Well, that's huge, right? That's 12 hours ago. 19 hours ago, article about Al Blades, right? And, of course, Bubba Bowden, some other players, so on and so forth. But notice that all of these articles that are here, even if I go like 5 pages deep, right, is all within the last 24 hours, all right? And that's kind of interesting. Now, let's do this. Let's look at, now that we're in the news done and we're done with the news, let's look at all the images that I can find about Miami Hurricanes football. So I'm going to click the images tab, right? All right, and suddenly I've got some options up here. I could look up the logos, some wallpaper, what their uniforms were looking like, maybe get some images from the 1980s, the old school, whatever that means, right? You got cool, you got vintage, you got black, transparent, simple, so on and so forth. So I can immediately see that all images are related to Miami Hurricane football. Now, let's say I was designing a page, right, or a website for Miami Hurricane football, right? And I wanted to get all of their logos. So I'm going to click on Miami Hurricane football logo. And immediately I can see all the logos associated, on the internet at least that have the words logo on there, right? And then I can be even more specific here by going to like, say like a transparent background, right? So I could use this and download it and then apply it in the background itself, right? Or I could even specify certain sizes. Like example, if I wanted to go with like a large size icon or a medium or an icon size, if I wanted specific colors, right, black and white, if I wanted to do clip arts or line drawings, if I wanted to see only the things posted on the internet within the last certain time frame, can I use it all? You know, can I use it, or what's the rights, what's the limits, so on and so forth, right? So let's say I was looking for a large logo, and I definitely wanted it to be transparent, which it's already selected here, right? And then let's see if there's anything in black and white in large. Let's see if we can find anything in black and white. Sure enough, I see Sebastian the Ibis there. There's an interesting logo from a PNG. This isn't quite black and white, but it still triggered that. A little bit of orange there, but you know, hey, the Google algorithm, all right? You can see like a football icon. I don't know what Georgia Bulldogs have to do with anything, so black and white's not giving us a whole lot, so there's not a lot of black and white logo images with the transparent background. Maybe if I take away the word transparent, there we go. I can now see some more stuff in black and white there. I hope you kind of get the idea from that. All right, so next search. Let's go back to all here. And let's say I have a fancy uncle who lives somewhere in Great Britain, and I wanted to give him a phone call, but I wasn't sure what time it was currently in Great Britain. All right, so I'm going to look up the time. So all I'm going to do is type in the word time, and I'm going to look up Great Britain. Sure enough, there we go. All right, and currently I can see that it is 2:27 in Great Britain. All right, fair enough, 2:27. So it's probably a good time to call him, or if I want to call him when he gets back home from work, and I know he gets back from work at, say, like 7 o'clock in the evening, I know I still got to wait about 5 hours. Fair enough, easy enough. Hey, I wonder what the weather is in Great Britain. Let's find out what the weather is for today in Great Britain. All right, so today the weather is, it's rainy and cold. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, right? I can see right here that in London, in the United Kingdom, which is the Great Britain, right? It is 63 degrees currently. They have already hit their high temperature. They're going to be on a steady downhill turn until about 9 o'clock in the morning, right? Fair enough there, right? So that is currently the weather in Great Britain. I can see, let's see here. That's according to weather.com, okay? And let's see here if I can find anything else that's relevant. Ooh, there you go. Tuesday or Thursday, I can see it's going to be 58 for a high, 57 for a high, 58 for a high on Saturday. And this week, it's going to be kind of rainy all weekend. So it looks like a gloomy day to be traveling, right? So chances are if I call my rich, fancy uncle in Great Britain, he'll probably be inside and not doing any yard work, right? So I can see the lows are going to be right around 51, 50, so on and so forth, okay? Easy enough. Let's do another one. Let's find out what the weather is like in, now we've done Great Britain, let's do eeny, meeny, Sydney, Australia. So I'm going to type in weather. That's on the other side of the world, so we're in the northern hemisphere. Australia's in the southern hemisphere, so that should be a completely different weather pattern. So we'll do Sydney, Australia. All right. Now, again, according to weather.com, you can tell that they are in their, well, we're going into fall, so they're going into spring, okay? And their temperature is going to be on an interesting climb. They're going to be at 66 today, right? But then on Thursday, they'll be at 73, 73, Saturday, and they're going to be all the way up to 80 and then climb back down again. So it looks like a cold front's coming through. Nice and sunny for a few days. You get the idea, all right? So that covers time frames, right, for articles. That covers images, image sizes, so on and so forth. That covers current time, right, in certain areas. All right, and if you don't remember time, let's do another time. Let's do time, Tokyo, Japan. Tokyo, Japan. There we go. All right, it is a little bit later in Tokyo, Japan. As you can see there, it is 10:30 p.m., right, other side of the world, all right? And then one last thing I wanted to show you, right? And, hey, what's the weather in Tokyo, Japan? We know it's 10:30, but right now, weather. There we go. About the same as it is in Great Britain. All right, fair enough, a little bit more sunshine. All right, last thing I wanted to show you is Google Scholar, all right? If you find yourself going to college, you could use this site. Now, this site's a little bit different because it's advanced searches, all right? It's academic world stuff. So let me show you this. So I'm going to go to scholar.google.com. All right. Wait for it to pop up here. It'll take just a quick second. All right, now Google Scholar allows me to search for various articles published on various journals and academic journals and so on and so forth. These are usually written by people who are working on advanced degrees, okay, who are in master's or doctorate's classes, so on and so forth. And sometimes you'll even get full dissertations in here, right? So let's say, let's see here. You can't find your regular searches. So if you try to look for computers and computer hardware and that kind of thing, you're probably not going to find it. But what you will find is, say like you wanted to know, let's just search for Oracle software. All right, let's see what we get, if we get anything. All right. Let's see here. The Oracle problem in software testing. So there's an article on Test Oracle problem. Okay, Oracle being a brand company or a testing method, right? Oracle-based checking of untrusted software. Again, they're checking and doing studies on to see if the Oracle implementation worked well, so on and so forth. Okay, let's do this at more of the middle school level. Let's look up. Let's look up George Washington Carver. All right, let's see what we can find on George Washington Carver, right? All right, I could find a book on George Washington Carver. Okay, I could find another book here, right? This will tell me where to go to find it in the library or it's in a citation right here, right? And this is a great place for various articles and information, history papers, so on and so forth, right? Now, let's say I were to click the book for George Washington Carver here. Let's see what we get here. Survey says, here we go. All right, if I wanted to read book on George Washington Carver, I could see here that I got some pages I could read and browse through. Now, Google might limit me on the amount of pages, so it might say, oh, you've looked at 100 pages, you've seen enough of your free preview, go ahead and pay for it, and that's fine. Some schools and universities pay for the additional services, so on and so forth. I'm going to click no thanks here, so I can read more of the article, right? And sure enough, I can start seeing things. Now, the cool thing is with Google search that because I searched for George Washington Carver, if I don't find a book on George Washington Carver, okay, I might see some results in the book that are highlighted, okay? So you can see here that George Washington Carver's early life, so on and so forth. So you can kind of see how that might be helpful. Now, not everything will be available for free, okay? Some things you'll have to just kind of use the tools around there to help find it, but this might help point directions out for you. All right, so I hope that helps you out with your future services or searches, and I hope that this little tutorial and this video series have helped make you a better user of the internet, especially in regards to internet searches.